think we're going to go ahead and actually start the way that I'm seated. So this is called hero's pose, and you're going to just sit back onto your heels. If that is not comfortable for you, you can either take child's pose, which is your arms outstretched, or you can just find a comfortable seat. So wherever you decide you're going to begin, find yourself settling into that space now. So allow your shoulders to relax away from your ears, maybe even roll them up toward the ears and then down the back. And then close the eyes gently. And we're going to start to come into the physical space as we scan from head to toe. Noticing first the places in the face that might be able to release. Perhaps the corners of the eyes or the corners of the lips. Releasing the jawline, letting the teeth and the lips gently separate. And then relax the shoulders even deeper. Perhaps draw the chest open as the collarbones peel away from one another. Start to tap into the low belly and the low back. Imagine that you could draw the navel in toward the spine and you create that support system for the low back. And with the hands resting on the legs wherever they feel comfortable, notice that extra weight down into the low body. Weight, maybe perhaps even warmth from the hands. And then notice the heaviness of the low body. The hips sinking toward the heels or toward the earth. The feet and the shins heavy and supported by the mat. And really allow the body to settle in here. And as you come into the physical space, begin to tap into your breath. Simply noticing your natural breath cycle at first. Rising and falling, expanding and softening. And then see if you might be able to deepen your inhale, imagining that the upper body is lengthening and growing taller. And deepening your exhale, imagining that the lower body is becoming heavier and more rooted. And if it helps to still your mind, you could actually imagine a tiny thread of light that begins at the base of your spine and rises up on the inhale, pausing at the top of the head before dropping down the back body on your exhale and coiling at the base of the spine once again. Continuing this smooth flow of breath up and down. And feeling each exhale, relax and soften your shoulders, relax and soften the muscles away from the bones. And taking a full clearing inhale. And on an exhale, drop your chin down towards your chest. Feet might be beginning to fall asleep here in hero's pose. We'll be right up off of them in just a moment. On your next inhale, you'll lift the head, standing up onto knees, open the eyes, reach the arms up overhead. You're going to interlace your fingers, press the palms up toward the ceiling, and reach up, and then slowly start to reach over. So here we're starting to get into the obliques, the side waist, and the intercostal muscles around the ribs, just waking them up here. Inhaling to center. Exhaling over to your left side, pushing that right hip to the right. Inhaling again up, and now we're going to take this with the breath. So it's an inhale and an exhale, and an inhale, navel always pulling in, exhale, inhaling and exhaling. Little faster pace than your normal breath cycle. Up, one more time left. Good, slowly back to center. Taking the hands behind your back, now you're going to interlace your fingers. Pull the navel into the spine to support your low back, and then draw the knuckles down the back. and press the pinky side of your hand up. Again, just beginning to wake up that area across the chest. Breathing into that open space across the chest. And slowly release your hands by your sides. You're going to reach the left arm up. And again, we're going to reach over to your right, but this time you're reaching the right fingertips down toward the outer knee. Navel pulling in to support low back. And as you come through center, left hand to right ear, keep reaching the right fingertips down toward the outer knee. Release your head, chin to chest, both hands down by your sides. Roll the shoulders up toward your ears and drop them down the back. As you inhale, right arm rises, gaze lifts. As you exhale, you reach to the left as the fingertips reach down toward outer knee. Breathing here. Inhaling to center. Exhaling, right hand to left ear as you continue to reach the left fingertips down toward the outer knee. Relaxing the hand, relaxing chin to chest. Inhale, roll the shoulders up, and exhale, drop the shoulders down. Coming right on to hands and knees now, tabletop pose. And we're going to find one cat-cow, belly will draw down, chest will lengthen. Find a breath in as you expand. Find a breath out as you release and round. And coming right back to your neutral spine here. Not to worry, if cat-cow felt great, we're going to be taking plenty more. But you're going to extend out through your right leg, taking it up to hip height. And then extend out through left fingertips, finding spinal balance. Imagine the navel is pulling up to the spine, and you're extending out through your heel and forward through your fingertips in equal and opposite directions. Breathing here, steady. Gaze is forward and down. Inhale, everything lifts about an inch. Exhale, elbow and knee come to touch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch in. Lengthen, crunch in. We have two more. Lengthen, crunch in. Last time, lengthen. Crunch in, hold here. Maybe try and make the connection, elbow to knee, really pulling navel to spine for 3, 2, and 1. Extend, hold for a full breath in. And on your breath out, drop down. Cat-cow here, belly draws down, chest lengthens, expand and breathe in. Round it out, exhale. Coming back to neutral spine, extending back left toes, lifting up to hip height, extending forward right fingers. Again, navel pulling in, really push into the left hand, so you're not dumping into the shoulder, right? Holding and balancing. Don't forget to breathe. Inhaling, everything lifts up. Exhale, elbow and knee come to touch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, touch. Inhaling and exhaling. We have 2 more. Find your pace of breath. That's the nice thing about a Zoom class. This is your last one. Pull in, make the connection. Hold here, 3, 2, and 1. Extend out and hold. And the nice thing about Zoom is nobody can see you, so you can do your own thing. You can feel it in your body, and it truly is your own practice. Drop the hand down, drop the knee down. Find a cat-cow here. And round your spine out. Now from here, the left hand is going to come into the center of your mat. You're going to kick your left foot out like a kickstand, and then turn your body so your entire body faces the right side of the room. And I'll turn sideways so you can see what happens in the body. So you're extended like this. All right, and then your leg is going to lift up to hip height, and your arm is going to reach up over the head, bicep by the ear. Again, we want to imagine the navel pulling to spine and the ribs and hips closing so that we're not arching the back, we're rather containing through core. Holding here, Slowly take elbow and knee in front of the body to touch. Extend and tap. Extend and tap. 2 more. Again, your pace, your breath, knowing that we always meet back in tabletop pose. Last one, hold that connection. Extend it out, hold. Drop it down, hands and knees meeting in tabletop, and finding a cat-cow. Rounding that spine on your exhale. Coming to the other side, right hand will come to center, right foot will kick back behind like a kickstand, and you open the whole body up to the left side as you lift that left leg and extend the arm up bicep by ear. Holding. Find the place where you can contain navel to spine, and on an inhale we reach, on an exhale we tap. Inhale and exhale. We have 3 more. 2. Last one. As you tap, hold the connection. Really squeeze through those outer obliques and release into balance. Hold and drop it down, hands and knees. Belly draws down, chest lengthens forward. Round out the spine. With spine rounded, curl your toes under. Let your shins and knees hover right up off of your mat as you feel the low belly begin to activate. Holding here for 3, 2, and 1. And then you'll walk right up to the top of your mat and lengthen here, halfway lift to your flat back. Release down into a fold, nice soft knees, and rise to stand. Taking the hands down through center chest, interlace your fingers, push the palms up as we did when we were on knees, reach up and over to your right. So now that we're not on knees, we have a lot more space between the floor and the arms, and there's a lot more need for core stability, navel pulling in. Inhale, rise. Exhale, reach left. Good. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release the hands to the hips. Standing into your left foot, you'll reach that right knee up, trying to hold balance. Now, balance may not be your friend, in which case toes can be to the floor. Navel pulling in to find that balance. You're going to kick that right leg out and bend the knee. Kick and bend. Last time, extend. And as you exhale, draw the right foot down. Fly forward into balance on the right leg. Again, this is airplane pose, so you can use your landing gear to the floor for balance. Hands to your hips as you draw the left knee up. Extend and bend. Extend and bend. Last time, extend. Step it forward. Fly into airplane pose. Reaching back through fingertips, reaching forward through chest. Drop that right leg down, rise up, and fold forward. Take your hands to the floor, step back to a plank pose. In your plank pose, we're going to tap the knees to the floor and extend back through the heels. If this gets to be too much on the back, take your tabletop and just extend out opposite legs, okay? So you're alternating. We're taking 5. Tap and extend. Tap and extend. We have 3 more. 2 more. Last one, everybody's knees to the floor. Shift your body weight forward so shoulders are over wrists. Hug the elbows in and lower to the earth. Just gonna back up so you can see me. From here, your thumbs are going to come to your low ribs. Tops of feet glued to the floor. Imagine you have a grapefruit underneath your chin. Hug it to soften the neck. And then lift those hands up as you lift chest and shoulders. Gazes forward and down. Tops of feet plugging into the floor. Release here. Make a pillow with your hands and forearms. Rest your forehead. Bend the knees and windshield wiper those feet to release your low back. Taking your hands beside you, you'll come up onto tabletop pose. Round your spine, curl your toes and hover your knees, holding 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step to the top of your mat. Lengthen here, nice flat back. Now from here, let the arms come out like the letter T. Pull the belly into the spine. Heels are heavy. You lift up using core and glute strength. Rise up. Let the hands come down through center chest and send the left foot back behind you, rooting down into the outside edge of the heel as we come to warrior 1. Sweep those arms up. Open up like cactus arms, getting across chest and upper back. Pull the shoulder blades toward one another, always containing navel to spine, and not forgetting to breathe. Good. Inhale, rise up, straighten your knee. Exhale, send those hands back as the chest comes forward over the straight knee, feeling that hamstring. Now, if this is a lot for you, or the back is feeling a little compromised, take the hands to the hips and soften the knee a bit. Bend the knees, sweep those arms up. Again, open up. Holding here. Feeling that stretch across the left front leg and that strength across the right leg. Deep breath in. And as you breathe out, frame your foot and step back once again to plank. This time, you're going to tap your left hand to your right shoulder. Tap your right hand to your left shoulder. Left to right, right to left. Trying to stay steady in the hips. We have one more, left to right, right to left, and drop the knees down, lower to the floor. Again, hover those hands by your low ribs, plug your feet into the floor, lift shoulders, chest, and head, keeping chin tucked and gaze down, strengthening low back here. Planting into the hands, releasing the forearms, bend the knees and windshield wiper those feet. Relax your feet, hands by your ribs, up through tabletop pose. Curl your toes, hover your knees and shins for 3, 2, and 1. Step to the top of the mat. Lengthen up halfway and release. Press into the feet, rise to reach. Send the hands through center chest and drop back through your right foot. Bending into left knee, arms sweep up, warrior 1. Cactus arms in warrior 1. Spreading those fingers and reaching the shoulder blades toward one another behind you. Opening up across the chest and the upper back. Now inhale, lift, lengthen everything, and exhale, fold over that straight knee. Lot of pressure into big toe edge of front foot as you feel a little bit more through the inner part of the hamstring. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms up. Exhale, open once again, feeling that opening across the chest and upper spine. Release your hands to the floor, frame the foot, step it back, plank pose. This time, right knee to right elbow, tap, extend. You can do the same thing from hands and knees, left to left, extend, right to right, back, left to left, back. One more time right, and one more time left. Knees to the earth, shift the weight forward, lower to the floor. From here, arms are going to come out like Superman or Superwoman. You're going to plug your big toes into one another, so glue them together. And then imagine energy is reaching out through the big toes as you lift the legs, lift the arms, biceps by ears. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax your hands into that pillow. Bend your knees, windshield wiper those feet. Release your feet. Hands come by your sides. Back through tabletop pose. Curl your toes, hover your knees and shins. This time a 5 count. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step up. Lengthen halfway. Now this time your hands are going to come to your forehead, so you make that pillow. Stay connected and then rise up through the core and the glutes, lifting up and back, little back bend, and relaxing the hands down. Stepping your left foot back into a crescent lunge. Back heel is raised in your lunge. Hands to hips to begin as we drop down. You really want to keep track of that knee directly over the ankle and trying to square the hips off as if there were headlights on the hip points. Sweeping the arms up, we're going to grab hold of that left wrist and reach up and over to the right side. Getting a lot of strength and length in the side waist. As you come through center, take the hands through center chest. Lengthen the torso over that knee. You might be fine here. You're going to pull the navel up to the spine. A lot of core strength there. And we're going to, maybe if it feels okay, twist. You can stay here. You can make the connection, elbow to outer right knee. Or you can perhaps open the arms if being higher up feels better in your body. Wherever you are, every inhale lengthens the spine toward my voice. And every exhale wrings you out a little bit deeper from low back all the way up to chest. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Now taking a dynamic twist, we're going to exhale, twist with arms open. Inhale. As you exhale, perhaps dip your knee as you twist. 3 more. Your option here, you don't have to dip the knee. Last one. Rise up. And then you're going to fold forward, core strength. Rise up, breathe in. Fold forward, breathe out. Really feeling that glute and thigh on the right leg. 2 more. Last one. Stay here, arms back. Bend both knees. Fly up again. Ew. Airplane pose. There goes my balance. And step it down. Breathe in to reach up. Breathe out, fold forward. Planting those hands, stepping back to your plank. Now from here, we're going to take hands to shoulders again. So left to right, right to left. Left to right, right to left. 2 more, left to right, right to left. Last time, left to right, right to left. Knees to the floor. Shift forward and lower down. We're going to take superhero pose once again, but this time we're going to swim that superhero, okay? So maybe we're Aquaman instead of Superman. We're going to lift up and flutter. So it's a left and right rise, right and left. So it's opposite leg and opposite arm. Flutter it out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make that pillow. Windshield wiper your feet. Relax your feet. Hands by your sides. Coming through your tabletop pose. Curl your toes. Hover knees and shins. Or if you're done, you can always take child's pose. We're here for a 3 count. For 3, 2, and 1. Step it up. Lengthen up halfway and release. Rise all the way up, reach. Right foot will step back, crescent lunge. Bending deeply into that knee, sweep your arms up. Grabbing hold of right wrist, you'll reach up and over to your left side. Again, creating length and strength in that right side waist. Coming back through center, hands down to center chest. Lift your chest and fold forward over that leg. You can stay right here, or you can ring it out, hooking either elbow, forearm, or wrist, whatever feels good in your body. And every inhale lengthens your spine. Every exhale wrings you out. Slowly rise up. Dynamic twisting. Start with just the torso twist. Inhaling to center, maybe add that knee dip for 3, to center, 2, to center. Last one, to center. Swing it forward, lift up. Swing it forward, lift up. Lot of strength in that glute. Swing it forward, hold, both knees bend, lift up, airplane pose. And step it down. Sweep those arms up. Fold it forward. Hands to the floor. Step back, plank pose. Now we're going to take right knee to left elbow across and under the body. You can do the same thing, left to right. Do the same thing from tabletop. Right to left, left to right. One more, right to left, and left to right. Knees to the floor. Shift it forward. Arms come out. So I guess we'll call this X-Men pose, because we're going to come into superhero pose, lifting up, and then open up to an X and close it off. Open and close. Open and close. Last one, open, stay open, lift higher for 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands. Forehead rests, bend the knees as you windshield wiper those feet. Relaxing the feet down, hands beside you. This time, push the hips back to your heels in child's pose. And take a minute to reconnect with the breath, reconnect with the body. And if it feels okay on your shoulders, maybe you flip the palms so the thumbs face out, palms face up. Slowly, we're going to come right up to your tabletop pose. Almost done with the standing work. We're creating quite a bit of heat on purpose. Curl your toes under. We've got a 5-count hold with shins up, or you can just stay in child's pose until we're ready to come to the top of the mat. Lift up, hover, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step it up. Now, feet parallel to one another. Take 2 fists and put them right between the big toes. That's about where your feet should be in terms of distance apart. You're going to sit your hips low, sweep your hands up high, chair pose. Now in chair pose, what we want to be careful of is we don't want to overarch the back. So you want to pull the belly in and just little bit of, natural curve there. Not too much spilling forward in that pelvis. Sitting low. Holding 3, 2, maybe sitting lower, 1. We're going to find our way to the floor, however that works for you, hands, no hands. And we're going to find boat pose. So you have a couple of options in boat pose if you've never seen it before. Think of your body rocking like a boat. You can dock your boat or anchor your boat and just lift the feet up, okay? You can extend your boat or you can sail your boat. So you have a lot of options with it. We're here for 5 breaths, so start by lifting your chest up. Then lift your feet. Feel where you are for balance. Decide if you need your anchor or your dock. And then extend. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet down, hands wrap around the shins. Round back through the spine. Slowly lift your chest up. We're going to find rocking boat. So rocking boat, you have a couple of options as well. Rocking boat, you can dock the boat and just kind of extend the knees a little. You can extend them a lot, or you can fully extend, okay? We're taking 10. So it might be wise to start at a high level and ratchet down, or start at the lowest level and stay there. Keep yourself safe. Breathe in, lift your feet. Extend your boat, rock back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, dock the boat, round the spine. Rise up through the chest. Hands are going to come behind you, fingertips face in. Lift your chest up, push into the heels of the hands. Feel that open across your chest. Turn your fingers to face backward. And now you're going to scoot your hips towards your heels. Lift up through your chest. And maybe even lift up into a reverse tabletop. Really feel that where chest and shoulders meet. Soft elbows so you're not locking them out. Lifting, 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 holding for 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. One more boat. So we're going to take a twisting boat here. So I kind of call it a boat in a storm. Now your center point should always be your chest. Our hands are going to come together at the center of our chest. And we're going to twist the body from side to side. What we don't want to do is move just the arms, okay? We want to really work from the center of the belly toward the obliques. So start by lifting your spine. Then lean back a little bit. Maybe this is where you stay. Perhaps the feet come up. But you can rock the boat to the left, to center, to the right, to center. We have 4 more, with left, right being 1. 3 more. 2, and 1. Coming to center, hands to shins, round that spine. Rise back up, breath in. Send your feet behind you, coming right through tabletop pose once again. Draw the belly down, lengthen the chest forward after that. Work through the belly. And then round your spine out. Stay rounded as the hips push back toward the heels. And then slowly rise right back through center. Curl your toes, hover your knees, just a 3 count here for 3, 2, and 1. Step it up. Lengthen up, halfway lift. Release here, flat back. Arms out like the letter T, weight in your heels as you rise up through glute strength. Take the arms up, breathe in. Sit your hips low, breathe out. So we're going to take everything that we've done and we're going to combine it together. You're going to twist to your right. Now you can either hook just the arm or you can hook the elbow, depending on what's comfortable for you. But the hips are dropping down and the knees are staying in one line from the front. From here, shift the weight into your right foot. Lift the left foot up and send it back into a twisted crescent lunge. Breathe in, let the arms reach up. So this challenges the core, the balance, and the glutes. Fold forward. Twist to that right knee again. Step up to your chair pose. Come to stand. Sit low. Hands to center chest. Twist to your left. Shift the weight left. Step back with the right. Twisted crescent. Sweep up to center. Sweep back to twisted crescent. Take a breath in here. Step up to twisted chair. Stand. 1 more time each side. Sit low. Hands to center chest. Twist right. Shift the weight right. Step back with left. And breathe into that twisted crescent. Sweep the arms up. Twist to the right. Step up with the left, twisted chair. Stand tall. 1 more time. Sit low. Hands to center. Twist left. Take a breath. Shift the weight left. Step back with right. Breathe in here. Breathe out, reach. Twist to your left, twisted crescent. And step up, twisted chair. Sweep those arms and come all the way to stand. Take the hands to the hips. Shake out those legs. Whew, if you're anything like me, you might get a little head rush here. Sweep those arms up and sit your hips low. Hands will come to center chest. You're going to step back, crescent lunge, left foot. Arms rise up. One more standing series. Sweep forward. Lift to airplane pose. Drop back, crescent. Sweep forward. Lift to airplane. Drop back, crescent. Sweep forward. Lift to airplane. Beautiful. Step left foot down. Sweep arms up. Hands to center chest. Right foot comes back. Crescent lunge. Sweep those arms up. Send your chest forward. Hands back. Good. Fly to airplane. Back to crescent. Fly to airplane. Back to crescent. And last time, fly up, airplane pose. Step the right foot down, sweep both arms up, and sit low until you find your way to the earth. From here, draw your knees in toward your chest. Feet can rise or be to the floor. Just lift up and then release down. Fold it forward, round into the spine. And slowly lift up through your chest. So the body should feel nice and warm now. That's kind of the idea. Let's extend out through the right leg. And you're going to take that left leg wide so that the heel is in line with the outer hip. Inhale up through your left arm, and take it behind your back. Inhale up through your right arm and take it around that left knee. Keep the knee from falling outward or inward. Press knee to hand, hand to knee as you use that traction to wring the upper spine out. So you should feel this across your low back and across the upper chest as you broaden across your collarbones. We're here for one more breath. Excuse me. And you'll slowly come forward. Releasing the left leg down, bend that right knee, rise up both arms, twist as you drop right hand behind and left hand across, wringing out through the spine. One more breath here, and back through center. We're going to take both knees bent, and the hands are going to come to the knees. Seated cat-cow, lift the chest, breathe in. Round the spine, breathe out. Lift the chest, breathe in. Round the spine, breathe out. One more time, we're going to lift. Now really focus on the collarbones peeling open. So think of it like the pages of a book. You peel open and you push the center of that book forward, right? So now the back of the spine, the shoulder blades, much like the cover of that book, are pressing that chest open and forward. And you might even feel it right across the upper mid-back. We're going to take that action with us, swinging the feet behind and coming into tabletop pose. From tabletop, we're going to find happy puppy pose. Hips stay over knees, arms walk forward, and we drop the chest down toward the mat. So you should be feeling this in the space where the shoulder blades come together toward one another at the bottom tips. And of course across the place where arms and chest meet. This also helps stretch out the abdominal work we've been doing. Let's come all the way down onto the belly here. Finding a deep twist as we bring the right leg into frog leg. So you have this 90-degree bend in the leg. Extend your right arm out so that you can make space to thread the left arm under. And you might hang out here. We've taken this before. Right hand will come to right hip, starting to twist the torso to the left side of the room. So your knee stays in touch with the floor as much as possible. And you keep trying to send that right shoulder down to the left side of the room. And you'll feel that kind of wring out the whole spine like wringing out a washcloth. Slowly come back through center, sending the legs straight, unthreading the left arm. Windshield wiper those feet as you bend the knees. Relaxing the legs down, and you're going to send that left leg up, extending out through left arm and across and under with right. Left hand will come to left hip as you wring out that spine, trying to keep the left knee in touch with the floor. And slowly come back through center. Unwinding the arm, sending the leg back. One more time, we windshield wiper through the feet. And relax those legs down. Coming back into tabletop. And then one more happy puppy across that upper spine. Dropping the chest, sending the hips high. And slowly shift forward, walking toward your mat with your knees, toward the top, so that you can sit. One final twist. We're going to draw back, lean into your hands as you cross your right ankle up over your left knee. Flexing that foot to keep the knee line safe. And you might stay right here. You might feel plenty right here through your hip. If you want a little bit more, you'll send the left heel in toward that glute. And then we're going to take a twist. So lean back into your left hand. I usually take it toward the center of my mat. And take your right hand into the arch of the foot. Send the chest tall. Push the foot into the hand and the hand into the foot as you wring out. You should feel this all the way up the spine, into your right hip crease and outer glute, and maybe even between the shoulder blades. The more you open the collarbones, the more you feel the space between the blades. Slowly back through center. Send your left foot across the mat to the right so that the right sole reaches the floor. It can do so either in front of or over the left knee. What wants to happen is your glute wants to lift up on the right side. Try and keep it down toward the mat. Right hand behind, taking the opposite twist now. We wring out. And you should feel this come across the outer right leg. Slowly we draw right back through center. Relaxing back, unwinding the legs, windshield wiper the knees from side to side. And come back. As you lean, you cross left over right. You might feel fine here, or else you walk that heel a little bit closer and use your hands to send the chest nice and tall, keeping the left foot flexed. If you are ready or feel like you want to take the twist, walk your right hand to the center behind you. Left hand will come into arch of foot. Lift up through the chest, wring out through the spine, push into the hand, and keep wringing. Slowly back through center, hands to the earth. Walk the right foot across to the left side of the mat. Your left foot will come either over the knee or in front of the shin, whatever works in your body. And you're going to twist now to your left side. Trying not to have that hip lift up off the floor. We want to try and drop it down. You'll feel more glute there. Spine is tall, chest is wringing. Keeping your gaze tracking toward that shoulder behind you if it feels okay on the neck. And slowly back to center. Unwind and take the soles of the feet together. We're going to take a yin pose. So yang is the active version of what we've been doing. Yin is a passive pose that's still going to give you a stretch. You can have the heels close in, or you can make this nice wide diamond. You're going to lift the chest up tall and fold forward from the hinge at the hips. Now from here, round your spine and drop your head heavy. And you can just relax here. If it feels okay for you, maybe you take, if you have a book or a yoga block handy, maybe you take that. And what I've got here, marketing for dummies, and you rest on it. Or maybe the flexibility in your spine is open up enough to relax all the way down and rest. But you're going to send the breath across your back body as you breathe in and expand. And breathe out to release. Slowly pressing up away from the feet. Taking the soles of the feet to the earth. One more seated cat-cow as we lift and round. Now as you round, make your way all the way to the earth. So you're going to lay all the way back. Take both knees into your chest. Hands will come to the knees. Make circles with the knees 3 times in each direction. And then slowly let the arms open wide like the letter T. Let the knees fall to your right side as you take your gaze over your left shoulder. So you're finding the twist in the neck as well. Breathing in, let the knees come through center. Breathing out, let them drop to your left side as you look over your right shoulder. Slowly we lift those knees through center. And you're going to send the legs up. So as if you're just resting the heels on a wall. Maybe you have a wall nearby that you can actually do that. We did a lot of standing work today, so this just releases the flow of blood, reverses it. Find a couple of breaths here. Maybe in that breath you start to notice the body and notice any differences you feel. Perhaps you're noticing circulation or softening. You're noticing changes in the energy of the body. And just being fully present in whatever those changes are. Slowly, 1 foot at a time, you'll drop the legs down, extending out into your Shavasana, your final resting pose. Allowing the arms to release by your sides, allowing the palms to face upward, and just softening into your mat. Taking a few clearing deep breaths in and full breaths out. Imagining that every breath out is one final pass to allow tension to release. Begin to be present on the mat as you notice the weight of the points that are in contact with the floor. So hips and heels, backs of hands and shoulders, back of head. And imagine that they could make an imprint in the floor below you. As if you're lying in sand. So you're heavy and weighted, but fully cradled and supported. And you just release and soften into that support. Taking a moment, noticing the space between the corners of the eyes, perhaps softening. Noticing the outer corners of the eyes, softening and smiling. The corners of the lips. Feel the teeth and the lips gently separate. Feel the tip of the tongue drop away from the roof of the mouth. And find one more controlled breath in and complete breath out. Settling now into your natural breath cycle. And if the mind begins to wander, we guide it to stillness by watching a single point of light. Imagining that light begins at the crown of the head, softens down to the center of the forehead, releasing over the cheekbones and the jawline, meeting at the center of the throat, releasing across the collarbones and the tops of the shoulders, softening over the tops of the arms to the elbows, over the lower arms to the wrist, over the palms of the hands and out through the tips of the fingers. Imagining that light now is 10 tiny points of light resting at the tips of the fingers. Watching as those points meet and gently soften as they rise like a blanket over the arms and come together in a single point at the center of your chest. Releasing to center belly, to low belly, to the base of the spine, out across your hips, over the tops of the legs to the knees, over the lower legs to the ankles, across the feet and out through the tips of the toes. As you imagine now that light again in 10 tiny points, resting at the tips of your toes. Watching as those points of light meet and gently soften as the light rises like a blanket over the backs of your heels, across the backs of your legs and the backs of the hips. Softening over your low back and the backs of your shoulders. Releasing over your neck and the back of your head. And coming to rest where it began at the crown. As you settle fully enveloped in this beautiful white light, allowing any thoughts that might arise to simply be acknowledged and then absorbed into the light without attaching any storylines to them. Simply being present in that white space that you created with your breath and your movement today. Slowly begin to bring your attention back to your physical body as you take deep breaths in and full breaths out, allowing the breath to bring movement into fingers and toes. Maybe circling ankles and wrists or finding any stretches that might feel right in this final moment. Gently hugging your knees in toward your chest as you roll off to one side, finding the fetal position. And using both hands to press yourself up to a comfortable seated position with eyes closed. As you arrive, once again, notice the shoulders relax down away from the ears. Scan the body as you notice any changes energetically or physically, perhaps in the quality of the breath or the state of the mind. And recognizing that those changes are your body's response to the gift of presence and the gift of the time that you've provided yourself to come to your mat. It's not about touching your toes or having a yoga journal proper yoga pose. It's all about the gift of presence and the gift of time and space to provide yourself with some self-care. So I invite you in this final moment to rise the arms up overhead and allow the palms to touch. Slide the thumbs down in front of center chest as we take a deep breath in and an open mouth exhale. Allowing the chin to drop to the chest as you swallow in the back of your throat. Raising your thumb knuckles to center forehead. All that is light and love and hope in me honors and shines to all that is light and love and hope in each of you. Thank you as always for carving out time for yourselves. Namaste.